Flodesk unlimited pricing goes away November 28th. What do I do? As a Flodesk partner, I only feel like it is right to let you know, also as a Flodesk user since 2019, about the amazing unlimited services that they have been giving us for years. And right now, if you really think about the way email marketing is, and it has always been, it's very important to look at how growth is going to take place, especially when this thing changes. Welcome, Yasa, Brianna, Farhad, everyone else joining. Thank you for being here. Happy October. Thank you for being here. I really hope you're enjoying your new month so far. I wanted to bring this topic to you really quickly because Flodesk.com is a beautiful website. And if you want to learn how to use Flodesk, you can go to university.flodesk.com and learn how Flodesk works, because Flodesk is just like your platform where you focus on customer relationship management, right? It's a CRM. When you look at MailChimp, Kit, they used to be called ConvertKit. There are others like Brevo, which was called Sendinblue before. There are so many others I could mention that you use. Aweber, the list goes on and on. These are websites as well, right? These are platforms. And I want to make sure that I'm not being of a disservice by not telling you when I know about this and you should know about it. That's why I wrote an article about this, so that it wouldn't be said that I didn't say anything. I have vocalized it, I've documented it. It's now on the web, it's indexed on Google. The link that you see above is an article that I wrote not even up to 10 minutes ago. So I just wanted to make sure that, as it's going to take about 24 hours through 24 months, that's the lifespan of a blog. It's going to stay for a long, long, long time. So people are still going to come back to this article even after November 28th, which is the last day to sign up for Flodesk. And when you click this link, you will see access to my partner affiliate link. And you'll get 14 days free trial, set it up. The whole point is to sign up before November 28th. If you sign up before November 28th and you start your plan, you won't have to worry about all the standard pricing. Why is it unlimited pricing? Hey, GA, welcome. Good morning. Why is this so important? Flodesk is the only platform I know. And if there's another one, please tell me, because this is not going to be happening after November 28th. So I feel like this is going to be one of the Hall of Fame history monumental moments that we're going to have in the email marketing world. Welcome, Jansen. Flodesk is the only platform that I know that would give you a full platform with all the templates, all the workflows, all the sequences, all the features, all together, including a university called Flodesk University. Welcome, Nigel. Imagine getting all that for $19 a month. Flat. That's what I was paying when I first started using Flodesk. Definitely it's not $19 anymore. But back in 2019, 2020, yes, it was. Flodesk was founded in 2018 by two amazing women who are still running and doing amazing work. So shout out to y'all, because as a Flodesk partner, getting to meet them was one of my highlights this year. And actually getting to meet the founders of a platform makes me also stand behind the platform. It's not just about who you're paying, it's how you're actually communicating your brand, your ethics, your morals, your discipline, your aesthetic, your feeling, your PR, because email marketing is very sensitive. And I'm sure you know this. Hey, Mahesh and Lucretia, thank you for being here. Email marketing is very sensitive. If I send you an email, you're going to pay attention to that email, because that email has information that you need to read and take action on, reply to. So if I'm sending you an email, this email has to be something that has to make sense. Now, Flodesk have said this themselves. If you go to flodesk.com, go to FLODESK.com. When people hear Flodesk, they hear flow and then they add a W. No, just drop the W. It's Flodesk, FLODESK.com. And what you'll see on their website, they'll tell you I'll say this properly, with uncompromising design and robust deliverability, Flodesk emails get seen 17% more than industry average. That's a big deal, 17%. Do you know why 17% is huge? If you look at the technical setup of ESPs, right? Email service providers, right? We have Google Mail or Google Workspace as Gmail. We have Yahoo Mail, Ymail, right? Some people still have AOL, right? At AOL.com. Some people still have that. Welcome, Lady O. Some people use Apple Mail. Some people use Outlook Mail. That's Microsoft. That's Apple. So these are different platforms, websites. Welcome to Mogul, Madam. Thank you for being here. And Owani. These are platforms that we use on a daily basis. So if I'm sending an email to 1,000 people on my list, I don't know how many people out of that list use Google, use Ymail, use Outlook, use the other ones too. If you have an at gmail.com, it's obvious. But when you start sending emails to other email addresses that have business email addresses, which is going to be your name at your domain.com, you're not going to know whether it's a Gmail, Google Mail, or a business Outlook mail from GoDaddy. You're not going to know that. Hey, Belle, thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate you for that. The Mogul Madam. You wouldn't know these things. Hey, Webb, welcome to Clubhouse. I see you got a party hat. Thank you for being here, and I hope you're enjoying yourself here. So I always give you guys real talk every single time. No fluff. So this is it, and it's going to be quick. If you look at the link above, I published this article. What time is it? 10:24 a.m. Central Standard Time. I published this at 9:30 a.m. And when I did this, I said, okay, you know what? It's time to put this out there because I've been sitting on it for a while. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? People need to know about this thing because if I don't tell anyone or if it doesn't come from me, then who else could it come from? Other people. I'm not the only person. There are 8.2 billion people. Great. But what have I done? What is my contribution? And I said, hey, I'm not just going to sit down and listen to myself talk about this. I'm actually going to do this. So what did I do? I created an article, published it. Now it's available. The link is available. You can click on it. I've indexed it to Google. It's now going to be indexed into the web servers, into the AI servers. And what's going to start happening is in the next few days, people are going to start asking about this. And this article is also going to show up in the search results. Now, it's not about making sales on Flodesk. It's about letting you know what you didn't know so that you can know better and then do better. Because everyone has their own platform. Everyone has their own email platform. But if you really think about the technical setup of these platforms, you're paying for platforms that pay servers, third-party servers, like Flodesk. I love Flodesk, and the reason why I've been in Flodesk since 2019 is because I got to do some research, because definitely as an SEO agency, you have to also do your research, right? Market research. So I did some market research because before I moved to Flodesk, full transparency, I was on Constant Contact. So I was getting like 2%, 3% click rate, 5% click rate. I was like, this is not normal. Something is wrong. So I did some deep research. Then I found Flodesk. How did I find Flodesk? Thank God for podcasts, because I started a podcast called We Don't Play in 2019. And I featured someone on my podcast. Shout out to Emily Myrick. I'm always never gonna forget that name because she's the one that connected me and told me about Flodesk. And we met on LinkedIn. This was years ago. So I came to platform, she was talking about it, she gave me an affiliate link and I put it on the podcast and I said, hey guys, check Flodesk out. And I was like, you know what? I need to check it myself. I'm telling people to check it out, so I need to do it first because I can't tell someone to do something I haven't done. So I decided to check it out myself. And then lo and behold, I'm like, whoa, $19 a month for all this? Just what? I said, okay, bet, I'm in. So I logged in, started my email marketing journey, moved everything over from Constant Contact. Now, on average, fast forward to 2025, this is October, we're getting click rates of 35%, 40% on average. Why? Flodesk partnered with Amazon SCS, which is Amazon Email Service, Simple Email Service. Amazon SCS is Amazon Simple Email Service. And what you see from that is with Amazon Simple Email Service, you're dealing with an Amazon server. I'm sure you've heard of Amazon Web Service, right? AWS. And when you think about Amazon.com, they're running on an AWS. So it's the same thing. Amazon is big on speed, is big on convenience, it's big on delivery. They're big on giving you full customer service and satisfactory customer service. We all know that. So if the same platform is delivering the same high-tech technology when it comes to deliverability in your emails, that's why even they say confidently on their own website that with uncompromising design and robust deliverability, Flodesk emails get seen 17% more than industry average. Why? Because of the setup. So if you're using the same platform and you're getting a great result, amazing. And why is it unlimited? Because very soon after November 28th, they're no longer going to have this unlimited pricing. And right now it's not $19, it's a little bit more than that. But with my affiliate link and with my partner link, which you can click the link above, you'll get access to it. You'll see it in the article because I also want you to read and see for yourself. I want you to inform yourself. I want you to do your own research so that you have an informative decision when you're making these moves. We can help you migrate it. If you need help, reach out to me, connect with me, click the link on my face, or just, click the link in the description and book a call. And we'll get that situated for you because we've done it for countless people, countless times. And the tremendous effect of that is huge because when you look at the back end, right? This is something that you should also think about too. The technical setup is so important because when you start sending out emails to people in different ESPs, people are going to be receiving them in their junk or in their spam or in their promotions tab or in their updates tab. And some people say, oh, I don't want this to be in the promotions tab, or I don't want this to be in the updates tab. Well, they should be there. The reason why is because when people are clicking things, psychologically, they're preconditioning their ways into understanding what they're getting into. I'll give you an example. If I click promotions in my Google email, I'm mentally in the promotions tab because I want to know what's being promoted to me. If I'm in the updates tab, I want to know what is the most recent update I need to catch up on. So if your email ends up in the updates tab, it's still quote unquote, part of a primary tab, or I can call it a secondary tab, because you're operating from a point of intent. That doesn't mean it's not going to get to the primary tab. It could, it would, and it has, it will. Because with Flodesk, when you have a system like that in place, it's a great server for you to actually access your community and grow. We have a client that was moved from Kit. They used to call it Convert Kit. We moved her over, and it's been close to 4 months now. We moved her over from Kit to her business, from Kit to Flodesk. And she used to have on average 5%. I asked her, what was her highest ever on Kit when it comes to, click rates? 7%. Now she's getting 10 to 15%, 20% with the same contacts. So you tell me, what was a problem? The platform was a problem. It wasn't the message. It wasn't the people. It was the platform. So every platform has their own pros and cons, right? So you can always choose which one you want for yourself, and not everyone is going to be on the same platform. But if it works for you and it's something that you need, this is a platform that I will stand by. I've been on Flodesk since 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and now 2025, going into 2026, unlimited. Meaning that if I have 10,000, 100,000, a million contacts, I'm not going to increase my pricing tier. I'm not going to have to start budgeting for the year and considering miscellaneous or office or marketing material, or start accounting for different financial expenses because you have to pay 20% more or 50% more because your list has grown by 2x or by 4x. Just think about that, because if you're paying almost $100 a month for a platform that you could be spending less than $300 a year, you do the math and then you decide. Because all these options, life is freely given to us. God gave us life and freely, and we have the right to do things and choose things. But when you know better, you do better. And if you need this, it's not for everyone, because if you need this, you'll get it. If you don't need it, you won't get it. Some people are comfortable with their own plans, their own platforms. Great. Some companies have even sent me emails saying, hey, let's move over to this platform. We would like to give you a deal and talk to you about this so we can, discuss promotions. And I said, I'm with Flodesk. I'm already a partner at Flodesk. So I can't be a partner of two platforms. And it's not that I'm saying other platforms are not good. They are. They're great. They're amazing. They do amazingly well. I'm just saying that when it comes to presentation, aesthetics, speed, deliverability, convenience, and results, I've seen Flodesk do wonders. Because when you look at unlimited pricing, right, you're focusing on cash flow. You're focusing on overhead costs. If you're able to cut your overhead costs by a margin as a business, and you don't have to worry about Flodesk charging you extra for something that you knew you had already been paying the same amount for the same thing, it's different. Some people like to stick to the same price because that's what they're used to. If eggs was this price, I want to keep paying this price, but that's not the case every time. So if you're looking at platforms, if you want to really connect, there are ways you can do it. There are platforms that when they start early, they grandfather you in. Like, for example, one of the platforms that we use in our business, in our marketing stack, is ClickUp. ClickUp right now I believe it's over $12 a month plus. At least that's for a base. And we're paying $10 a month because we've been there for over 5 years. So when you look at the platforms you're using as a business and you're not increasing your overhead costs because of the same platforms you have to use as a business to sustain your business operations, then you really have to understand, where do you stand right now? Where is your business going tomorrow? And how well do you want to represent your business long term? Because it's not about the platform. It's about your convenience, the way you connect with people. Where do people come from? Where do people go? And everyone in the world is using something different. So I would definitely put Flodesk in the top 5. Why? 1, they have a highly technical ability to make sure that your emails get delivered. 2, their business model is amazing. And because of Flodesk, the simplicity of their setup is amazing. Everything is right there for you to do. You can create workflows. You can create triggered emails. You can create scheduled emails. You can create polls. You can create segments. You can create countdown timers. You can create videos. You can put GIFs. You can do so much. You can put your Instagram reels, your Instagram grid, the last 3 grids of your last Instagram post. You can do that. There's so many things you can do with Flodesk that I don't think other platforms would be charging the same amount for the same feature. Other platforms may not. Some may do. I was doing some research today. There's another platform that is going to compete with Flodesk, and I've seen it. And it's a great platform, but it doesn't do the same thing that Flodesk does because everyone is unique, right? We're going into a space now that digital technology is getting more and more advanced. Thank you, Belle. More and more advanced. Hey, Jolanta, Abdullah, thank you for being here as well as Miss Tiff. Thanks for being here too. You look at Flodesk and ask yourself, where am I going to put my content? Flodesk. Appreciate the love, y'all. Appreciate y'all. You know, Flodesk has been a platform that has saved time, money, energy. Time, money, energy. That's a lot of things a lot of people want to save. Save on time, save on money, save on energy. If you can save those three things every day, you'll be storing up more for more results at a higher output. And Jolanta, you say you've heard of Flodesk. Yes, I would love to know what you heard, because Flodesk is widely known as Flodesk, but not everybody uses it. And the people that don't know how to use it or know about it, it's different. So I'm here to help and here to give you, ideas. So Jolanta, I would love to hear from you. How have you been? And welcome. Happy October too.
Happy October 1st and welcome to fourth quarter. I've heard of Flodesk because I was looking for another system for productivity, and I guess you could do like some tasks in here too, but you can also make a website, and I was looking for simple ways to simplify my presentations when I would do either like workshops or speaking opportunities, and this was one of the there's this one, and there was another one that came up. I forgot the name of it, but it was like a free AI thing because you can customize it or make a website within, like, correct me if I'm wrong, or let me know if I'm right, favor minutes or so. So it's great to be here on the stage with you. How have you been?
I've been good, Jolanta. Thank you for joining today. It's such a great experience, just hearing feedback from different people when it comes to Flodesk and how things work. And this is one of the reasons why I do this consistently, because we learn every day and we grow every day. And when we learn new things, we do better. So I've been seeing a lot of Flodesk conversations, and people are not sure, hey, is it something that we have to do? Is something that we're in? Is that something that we connect on? How does it work? And even Flodesk has a whole university. That's the beautiful thing about Flodesk. There's no other platform that I know that is an email platform. They might be out there. Please tell me if they're there. I would love to know about them, because sharing is caring. If you go to university.flodesk.com, I put the link in the chat. That website is a whole free training, end-to-end platform software-based educational material website. You can get everything you want there. If you want to know how to use Flodesk, how to work the platform, you don't even need an onboarding. You have a whole university to take you through the process. If you need help, you can go to support@flodesk.com. That's great. If you want to visually learn how to do it, it's all there for you. So there's no guesswork, and also there's no excuse, because you have everything there. They've shown you exactly how to use the platform. And then when it comes to deliverability, it's really high. You get to see analytics. One thing I love about the platform is analytics. You're able to see the time of day, and they space it out within 4-hour windows, which is really dope. 4 to 6 hour windows. So imagine between 4 to 10 a.m., 4 a.m. to 10 a.m., you're able to see what's going on throughout the whole day. And then you can sequence it by 7 days, 28 days. You can do it by all time, 30 days, 90 days. You can get to see how long people are spending, or where people are spending the most time in your emails. Because when you send one email, most times we think that when we send an email, it's forgotten. I don't know where that comes from, or where that illusion is coming from. But emails will never go away. As long as it's never deleted, it's never going away, especially when you have access to it. And that's why people star emails, because when you star an email, you're able to go back into your most important emails. So when you're sending out a Flodesk email, you're able to really connect to people at a high deliverability. And also, because you're operating with a technical setup that is strong, your emails get delivered faster. And not every platform does this too, but you can also send out emails 24 hours after. Every platform has their own thing. Some do, some don't. But this platform, it has everything. And you talked about websites, Jolanta. That's a great thing you mentioned too, because you can even have your own custom domain within Flodesk if you like. And if you're thinking about creating content, it's a really good way to also authenticate your platform. And with the landing pages that Flodesk has, they're really beautiful because you can set up pop-ups. If you have a website and you want to capture emails, you can do that. It sets it up. Like if you click on this link above, you will see the same thing. You'll see a pop-up, put your first name, best email, let me in, and you're able to hop in and get into the conversation. It's a great way to connect with people. And then when you're capturing emails, you're getting all these different things. You're doing workflows. They connect with Stripe, right? They connect with Shopify. So if you have a Shopify e-commerce store, you can literally create integrations from Shopify and show products of your website products or your products on your website, however you want to say it, from your email. So when they click on it, directly it goes to that product page. There's so much integration. They even do other things there too, right? Colors, branding, sequencing, segmenting, adding values, custom fields. It's great. We've helped clients that have 30 to 50 plus thousand contacts in their email list, and they're paying less than $300 a year. For another platform, you might be paying $3,000 a year. So, you have to just do the math and understand where you want to be. But Jolanta, how have you seen Flodesk when it comes to landing pages and just connecting with people authentically online?
I kind of I only used like their trial, just for I had a workshop that I was doing and I was using it for, like I said, designing my presentation. But I think it's pretty easy. It's kind of like, it reminds me of, there was another AI kind of platform like this. I cannot remember their name, but I hope you are being sponsored by Flodesk Favor, or at least they're sponsoring you for this. So, hey Flodesk, if you're listening, got a sponsor Favor for giving you a shout out. I think it's pretty easy to use. I think there's also, isn't there like a productivity thing in here? Like you could do like projects and stuff or something like that, I think, in there.
Elaborate on the projects part.
Kind of like a Trello or like can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Sort of like a Trello or like there we go. Like a taco kind of platform where you can do like project management in there with your team kind of thing. I don't know if that's something that they have.
And so Flodesk is majorly on. Okay, I think what you're saying is you're referring to two platforms. I mentioned two platforms. Hey Budadi, thanks for being here. I mentioned two platforms. The first one is Flodesk. Flodesk is 100% email marketing. And then there is ClickUp. ClickUp is where you have project management as well. There are other like Trello, Asana, Monday.com. The rest of them are there. There's even an AI one. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Plesk? One of the above. Just Google it. But I've seen them all. And ClickUp is really where it's at, where you can add teams, you can add tasks, milestones, projects. Like with my business, we're a team of 10. So everybody's in ClickUp and our clients are on ClickUp. So we have projects, we have tasks, we have milestones, we have objectives, we have things that we can manage. It's very seamless. So ClickUp is the one you're referring to. But with Flodesk, if you're using Flodesk and your trial has expired, if you sign up after November 28th, and you haven't used the trial or even opted in to get bought into after the trial, got on a plan, then it might put you in that standard pricing that they're going to have. So right now, I don't know what platform you're using for email marketing, but if you've tried Flodesk and it's good, I think you should be able to move. But if you're okay where you are, that's great. Nobody has to move. But if you also feel like you're tired of all the overpricing, tired of all the clunky responses, or deliverability is not accurate, or you're not reading all the information that you want, or you want to scale it based on your business model, then it's an option that you can also have.
That's what it was. It was ClickUp, because that's the latest one that I've been hearing about is ClickUp everywhere.
Yeah, I figured it was ClickUp you were referring to, because we do project management and it's definitely ClickUp. And with that, it saves you a whole ton. Right now we're paying $10. I mentioned this earlier before. I think it's 12, 13. It's plus that a month. And since I've been there since 2020, it's $10. So think about Flodesk. This is the same opportunity you're getting on a different platform, where after November 28th, there'll be no more Flodesk unlimited pricing. And it's funny that you mentioned that, Jolanta, about Flodesk sponsoring, because I'm speaking this into existence. We've actually had conversations about this before, and I'm currently a Flodesk partner, so I'm actually an active partner at Flodesk. That's why I'm saying it like this. But when it comes to that different level, that's where I want to go to, because I've talked to them about it. But sometimes there's a time and season and space for everything, right? So I usually just be patient and I let it flow, because right now my podcast, the We Don't Play podcast, is in the top 5 for email marketing. And people search for email marketing, episodes or podcast episodes on Apple, Spotify, wherever you go to. We're in over 40 platforms, 40 podcast directories. You will see it and the podcast shows up. So I'm like, of course, if somebody's looking for a platform on email marketing, they'll listen to a podcast that talks about it. So this is one of them, and I feel like I haven't talked about Flodesk so much because I don't want to say too much all the time, but I definitely want to bring people that are from Flodesk to talk about it. So that will happen very soon. When I speak things into existence by manifestation, because we have the power, there's power of life and death in the tongue. So when you speak it into existence and you back it up by faith, it's definitely going to work. And that's something that I will see happening here. So thank you, Jolanta, for bringing that up for sure. It's definitely a new season, a new wave. And I felt like it would be appropriate for me to talk about this at least once, because I won't talk about this again. This is the one and only time I'll talk about this extensive way of Flodesk, because if I talk about Flodesk again, it's probably going to be how to use the platform, maybe workshops, maybe, insights, maybe things, maybe case studies. Great, but not like this, because once you say it once, that's it. When you drop a song, you drop a song. When you drop an episode, you drop an episode. So that's how I see it, because I'm also in the entertainment business industry too. So just look at your emails and look at the platforms that you're using and see how best they work for you. Chalanta, I'd like to ask you this too. When it comes to email marketing, what's your favorite and why?
You're gonna laugh at me, Favor, but I still use MailChimp.
Okay.
I I like MailChimp because it's simple, because you could do the templates in there. A lot of so I have clients that are kind of old school still. And when I mean old school, they haven't come up to technology yet. I'll give you an example. When I was working with a client the other day, this has been a business that's been in business for over 15 years. They have no social media, so I started with MailChimp for them. And I said, this is the best way to collect your emails from your customers. And also you could just do your newsletters through here. Just pay the subscription every month. And I also use a mix of GoDaddy too. So I'll just stop there, but I'll turn it back over to you. I don't know if anybody still uses MailChimp, but I still do.
I love that you mentioned MailChimp. I actually did an article on Flodesk versus MailChimp. The link is above here as well. I tagged it in this article. MailChimp is great. I've been on MailChimp too. I started off with MailChimp, then I moved to Constant Contact, then I'm on Flodesk. So I've literally lived in 3 different, I can call them CRMs. And when we also work with clients, I've been able to be blessed to connect with other clients and see other platforms. So I actually learn more from our clients than they learn from us when it comes to SEO, Pinterest, podcast, marketing, all the digital stuff, and AI. It's a great connection. So when I look at Flodesk and I look at MailChimp, yes, they're paying the subscription every month, but my question now to you, Jolanta, is, are they scaling with their contact list where they have to increase their subscription tier, or are they on a free trial and they don't have to worry about the subscriptions?
They were on a free trial for a little bit, but then I think they're going to upgrade to the full thing. But I'll have to remind them that their trial is coming done soon. because I think they only have like a limited time on that trial.
Okay. And if they're going to move to a paid plan, is it above $50 or below $50?
I want to say MailChimp is around that $50. What is it, like? I want to say $49.99. Let's call it $50, what it is. What am I, one penny short? So I think it's about that $50 a month, which would be like a, what is that, like $250 a year or something? I'm not sure, for like a whole 12 months. What is that, like? Yeah, I think so, about $200 a year.
So if it's $50 a month for 12 months, that's going to be $600 a year. And that is their base fee, I'm sure. Now imagine that's probably what they're going to be paying. And if that list grows, they might move from 50 above that. Now with Desk, I have, yeah, Jolanta, I'm just giving you the numbers. So when you look at Flodesk, right? Flodesk in itself is going to be half of that and some change for the same year. But instead of being capped at a number, you have unlimited pricing, unlimited emails, unlimited workflows, unlimited subscribers. So if you're paying anywhere between $300 to $500 a year because with the 50% off, you pay less, but let's say we put at $500 or even maximize it at $700 because they have different plans. They have one for checkout. They have one that you can actually make money when you send an email because you have a CRM that has a Stripe integrated account where you can have digital products, you can have digital newsletters, paid newsletters, courses. You can literally create your own storehouse within your email. You send an email, people purchase. We did that with a client. He made his money back within the first month of setting up the workflow. He had over 50,000 subscribers and one product was at $500. So if you are paying $500 a year and you make that money back, or you make that and you paid for a year and everything else you're making is plus, that's a cash flow positive. You don't have to think about your overhead costs. So, I mean, everyone's doing their numbers differently, but when I look at it, it's a no-brainer. And at the end of the day, you're saving more money and you're impacting more lives because you're showing up in more people's inboxes and having a wider network because you have a stronger technical setup. Does that make sense, Jolanta?
Absolutely. And then if you are, I want to say, if you're still building your email list, you could start from like 2 to 5 people and then still grow from there, because sometimes your list, you can always go back and get more people to subscribe, or wherever your email links are, whether it be through your landing page or anything like that. I hope that helps someone else.
Yes, it definitely creates a better and actually faster response system, because when you send out an email, you're able to get these things and help and connect with people. I do polls in my email. When we send out emails, we connect with over 10,000 people at least. It's over that. And when we send out emails, the responses are interesting because I always love to connect, to the point where there was a time I even asked, like, it sounds so basic, but this is something that if you do, you'll get to even learn your audience better, because it's not just about sales. Yes, that's the point, but without a relationship, a sale cannot happen. Business partnerships are relationships first. So I asked them, and I just connected. It was one random, I can't remember which month, I think it was in the summer, and I was like, hey guys, what do y'all like to drink first when you wake up in the morning? Because it was a 5 a.m. email, it was very early. So I was like, do you guys like to drink water, juice, tea, coffee? And it was surprising to see the results. I won't mention it here. And I was like, wow, okay, this is interesting. Ask you another question and another question and another question. The more questions you're asking, the more emails they're opening. The more emails they're opening, the deeper the connections are. The deeper the connections are, the more signals you're receiving. The more signals you're receiving, the more domain authority you're getting. Because anytime you send an email, it's coming from a DNS, a domain name server, right? It's a server first. So we're not just looking at the aesthetics of an email, we're looking at the server of an email. So when the server of the email has something called, and I know a lot of people don't use this, but try this out. It will really help your email deliverability too, outside of even Flodesk, just in general, is Postmaster. Postmaster.google.com. You can go there and set it up, and it's free. That way you can also be compliant. So when you send out emails, you're also hitting those spots that are not spams as well for your email list as well. So when you put these codes into your DNS records, whether it's a TXT record or whatever other record you're putting in, those records are going to be read into the system. And anytime you send an email to someone, everyone has a specific IP address. So if you're sending out an email in your local business in the heart of the city, then if your email list is going within a 20-mile radius or a 50-mile radius, that's going to be different from somebody who's sending it to about 20 to 50 countries that have contacts in those email lists. So when you're looking at the wider scope of how people are connecting, and online marketing is, based on deliverability, then using a platform like Flodesk would help your business gain more traffic, gain more visibility. When you get those link clicks, you're able to now actually read those links, read those clicks, read the analytics, and see exactly where people are going to, how many times people are subscribing, how many times are they opening, how many times are they clicking. I can send an email once a month, and in the last 30 days, over half of the email list is still opening the emails. Why? Because the emails that were sent prior to that 1 month, people are still reading them. If your emails are still being opened after you send them and not just when you send them, then it also means that you have value. It also shows the evergreen ability for your business to thrive. So it's really up to you to decide which platform you want to use. But I know Flodesk unlimited pricing goes away November 28th. So what do? Sign up today. Sign up at partners.flodesk.com/we don't play. You can go there, or you can just hit the link in the description and it will take you directly. You can start your 14-day free trial. And by the time you're checking out, automatically at checkout, you're going to see my 50% off coupon code. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to click away and subscribe for the year, subscribe for the month, depending on what you want. There are 2 different plans, and check out and have a great Flodesk experience. And I'll say this too before we leave. Flodesk is great for authentication purposes. There's a section on Flodesk that talks about domain settings, where you have to authenticate your email address, because you have to put some records from Flodesk into your email address. Now, we work with different companies, different brands, and I've seen different things. Bell says, can I put the link here? Yes, let me put the link for you in the chat. Okay, thank God for Apple. I just copy in my clipboard. I'm gonna paste it, and boom. All right, here we go. So the link is in the chat. So I put the link in the chat. That link in the chat is going to take you to flodesk.com. And then yes, you're welcome. Yes, it's a really great feature, Bell. So many great things like countdown timers, polls. And then when you do a poll, you can segment the poll. That's the best part about the poll. So if people like coffee and I have a coffee segment and I have a coffee brand that wants to advertise, I can easily, it just makes sense. So when you start thinking about branding, expansion, creativity, business, and the questions you really ask with the intention of why you're asking, then you have a deeper connection, because the questions you ask people has a leading factor or an incentive behind it. So really, really love that we're able to talk about this. So yeah, check it out. If you have any questions, reach out to me. And Jolanta, would you like to say anything before we go?
Well, I just want to thank you so much, Favor, for having me on the stage. It's been so long since I've been in Clubhouse, but I hope to see you next year in a couple of months.
Can't wait to see you in Creative Con 2026. You already know what that means. So I'm happy. Happy October, everyone. Thank you, Belle, Amanda, Jansen, Humid. I hope I said your name correctly. Please forgive me if I said it wrong. And welcome to Clubhouse. Shema, Falake, thank you for being here. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I do rooms here on a daily basis, literally daily basis. So Monday through Even Sunday, I'm here on Sundays, and we can always connect. So if you have any questions, do reach out. Let's get connected. Let's get it going. And if you have an email marketing platform, use Flodesk today. And when you start using Flodesk, you can actually start seeing tremendous success with your business, not just because you're using the platform, but because you're using an unlimited resource that allows you to grow, expand, and also if you're a creator, an entrepreneur, a business owner, and somebody who's focusing on automation, AI, alt text, SEO, empowerment, community. You're thinking about design, you're thinking about cost effectiveness, you're thinking about e-commerce, complication being made simple. This is a platform for you. I just can't stretch this any further. This is a platform for you. So let me know if you have any questions, but do this before November 28th. Subscribe, sign up, save your slot, and be part of the economy that is great for the creator economy at large, where you can actually send out better emails because we can do better things with better resources. So thank you all for being here. Have a blessed day, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Bye for now. Now, that was an episode, right? Thank you so much for listening to the We Don't Play podcast show. I'm so glad that you're here and you are sticking tight with us, especially to the very end. Now, this is season 11 and we're going to do it differently. And I want to make sure that every episode you listen to has something to give back so that you can also learn more after you listen. Now, We Don't Play podcast show is where you listen, you live, you learn, and you earn. So if you're in any of those positions out of those 4, please make sure that you reach out to me. Send out an email through info@playinc.online. That's info@playinc.online. Or you could go to playinc.online, which is a website, www.playinc.online, playinc.online, and schedule a call so that we can get you on an SEO discovery call to talk about your business and help you with your marketing needs. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this helped you. See you in the next episode. God bless you. Jesus loves you.